Hey there, it's Lei. So, let me ask you something. It's Friday evening right now. Most people are unwinding from another exhausting week, settling into their couch, ready to zone out. But what if I told you that this weekend, the next 48 hours, could be the weekend that changes everything? Not next month when you have more time, not next year when you feel more prepared. This weekend. Here's the thing that blows my mind. While you're waiting for the perfect moment to start your business, someone else with half your experience and a quarter of your resources is out there right now, talking to customers and collecting money. They're not smarter than you. They're not more talented. They're just doing one thing differently. They're starting before they feel ready. Noah Kagan's $1 Million Weekend breaks down exactly how thousands of ordinary people have turned their weekends into profitable businesses. We're talking about a postal worker who built a $1 million climbing gear business, an elementary school teacher who turned her cookie hobby into $20,000 a year. The pattern is always the same. Start before you're ready. Validate with real customers. Then build what people actually want. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, step by step. But first, we need to talk about what's really holding you back, because I guarantee it's not what you think. Every Monday morning, you make yourself a promise, right? This week will be different. You'll finally research that business idea. You'll write that plan. You'll take that first step. Then Friday rolls around and absolutely nothing has changed except you've deferred your dreams for another week. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. The problem isn't that you don't have good ideas. It's not that you lack business knowledge. The real culprits are two deeply ingrained fears that transform potential entrepreneurs into permanent planners. And understanding these fears, more importantly, conquering them this weekend, is what separates people who dream from people who actually do. The first fear is starting imperfectly. We've been conditioned to believe that businesses require months of planning, comprehensive market research, bulletproof strategies. This perfectionism is entrepreneurial quicksand. While you're perfecting your plan, someone else is talking to customers and collecting money with a good enough solution. Not a perfect solution. Good enough. The second fear is asking for what you want. Every business transaction requires someone to ask someone else for something. Attention, money, referrals, partnerships. Yet most people would rather fantasize about success than risk hearing the word no. And this single fear, right here, kills more business dreams than recessions, competition, and bad timing combined. But here's the liberating truth. Both of these fears dissolve the moment you start taking action. And action is exactly what you're going to take this weekend. So forget everything you think you know about starting a business. You're not going to write a business plan. You're not going to register an LLC. You're definitely not going to spend hours designing a logo. Instead, you're going to do something far more valuable. You're going to prove that real people will give you real money for your solution to their real problem. Let me break down exactly what your weekend is going to look like. Saturday morning, hours 1 through 4, you're going problem hunting. The most profitable businesses solve frustrations that people experience daily. Frustrations they'll gladly pay to eliminate. Start by mining your own life for opportunities. What annoyed you this morning? What task have you been avoiding for weeks? What do your friends constantly complain about? Your personal frustrations are often shared by thousands of others who represent your potential market. Then, study what's already working. Successful products and services have proven customer demand. Instead of competing directly, look for ways to serve the same customers with accessories, complementary services, or improvements. If millions of people buy fitness equipment, some of them might pay for setup services, training programs, or maintenance. Next, examine online marketplaces where people literally post what they're willing to pay for. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Reddit. These platforms contain thousands of requests from people ready to spend money. These aren't theoretical customers. They're real people with wallets open, waiting for someone to solve their problems. By midday Saturday, you should have at least 10 potential business ideas. Don't filter yourself yet. Capture everything. The goal is quantity first, quality assessment comes next. Saturday afternoon, hours 5 through 8, reality check time. Not every problem represents a profitable business, and not every good idea deserves your precious weekend hours. First, research your market size using free tools. Google Trends shows whether interest in your topic is growing or declining. Facebook's advertising platform reveals how many people care about specific topics. These tools transform guesses into data. Then apply the million-dollar math. Market size multiplied by realistic pricing equals total opportunity. If only 1,000 people care about your solution and they'd pay $20, you're looking at a $20,000 total market. Hardly worth building a business around. But if 50,000 people would pay $500, you've identified a $25 million opportunity. See the difference? Don't forget to calculate your path to profitability. Revenue minus costs equals profit per customer. Divide your income goal by profit per customer to understand how many sales you need. This simple math prevents you from pursuing ideas that would require impossible sales volumes. By Saturday evening, you should have one clear winner. An idea that serves a large, growing market with realistic pricing that creates substantial profit per customer. More importantly, it should be something you're genuinely excited to test. Now we get to the part that separates dreamers from entrepreneurs. Sunday morning, hours 9 through 12. This is the customer truth test. Everything you've done so far has been preparation. Now you're going to discover the only thing that actually matters. Will real people give you real money for your solution? Start by creating your first 10 list. People who might want your solution and who trust you enough to have a genuine conversation. Begin with friends, family, and colleagues. Yes, this feels awkward. That discomfort is exactly why most people never succeed in business. Contact each person directly. Phone calls work better than emails, which work better than texts. Use this simple framework. First, ask about their current frustration with the problem you're solving. Listen more than you talk. Then, present your solution as a question. What if I could solve that for you? Finally, if they express genuine interest, ask for payment immediately. I can start this week for X dollars. Should we do it? The magic happens when someone says yes and actually pays you. That moment transforms your idea from fantasy into business reality. But the real learning often comes from people who say no. Ask why not. What would make them interested? Who else might want this solution? Every rejection contains valuable market intelligence. By Sunday afternoon, hours 13 through 16, you'll know whether you have a business or a learning experience. Both outcomes are valuable, but they lead to different next steps. If you've collected money from at least 3 people, congratulations. You have a validated business. Now your job shifts from proving demand to delivering excellent service. Focus entirely on making these first customers incredibly happy. Happy customers become your marketing team, referring others and providing testimonials that attract more business. If you haven't made sales yet, don't panic. Analyze the feedback you received. Were people genuinely interested but wanted different features? Did they love the concept but balk at the price? Were you talking to the wrong people entirely? Each piece of feedback helps you adjust your approach. Sometimes the feedback reveals a better opportunity than your original idea. Maybe people didn't want your proposed solution, but asked about something related. These pivot moments often lead to more successful businesses than the original concept. Now, getting your first 3 customers proves market demand exists, but scaling to consistent income requires building systems. The foundation of sustainable growth is building an audience of people who know, like, and trust you. Choose one platform where your ideal customers spend time and commit to helping them consistently. Share your learning journey, provide valuable insights, respond personally to comments and questions. Email becomes your most valuable business asset because it creates direct communication with people interested in what you offer. Social media platforms control who sees your content, but email puts you in direct contact with people who chose to hear from you. Here's what nobody tells you about business success. The fear never completely disappears. Even multimillionaire entrepreneurs feel nervous before important asks. The difference is they've learned to reframe fear as excitement and use it as fuel for action. Start building your comfort with rejection by practicing in low-stakes situations. Ask for a discount at a coffee shop. Request an upgrade at a restaurant. Negotiate a better price on something you're buying. The goal isn't to save money, it's to become comfortable with the possibility of hearing no. Set rejection goals for yourself. If you aim for 10 no's per week, you'll be surprised how many yeses you collect along the way. This mindset shift transforms rejection from something to avoid into something to seek out, because each rejection brings you closer to your next customer. So, here we are. The weekend is coming. You have 48 hours to prove that business ownership isn't reserved for other people. It's available to anyone willing to start before they feel ready, ask before they're comfortable, and persist through initial challenges. Your first business doesn't need to change the world or make millions. It just needs to teach you that you're capable of creating value for other people and getting paid for it. This lesson alone is worth more than any business course, book, or seminar you could attend. The most successful entrepreneurs aren't the smartest or most talented. They're the ones who take action while others are still planning. They start conversations while others are still researching. They collect money while others are still perfecting their ideas. Success leaves clues, and the biggest clue is this: done is better than perfect. Progress beats planning, and starting beats stalling. Your freedom is waiting. It's not hiding in some complex strategy or secret technique. It's sitting in your contacts list, waiting for you to reach out. It's browsing online marketplaces, looking for someone to solve their problems. It's checking their email, hoping for a solution to arrive. This weekend, be the person who provides that solution. The only question left is, what problem will you solve in the next 48 hours? For the complete breakdown of this weekend business framework, head over to bullishbooks.com. The link is in the description. And if this episode fired you up, let me know what's holding you back from starting. I read every comment. I'm Lei, and I'll catch you in the next one.